want to thank you all for this opportunity to speak. I'm from Waterville, and I'm a member of the 350 Central Maine Group, which is a volunteer organization statewide, and we seek to reduce the negative impacts of climate change. I'd like to talk about the right of corporations to sue governments in international tribunals on the grounds that changes in government policy or regulations will reduce corporations' future profits. Now, personally, I'm most concerned about the fossil fuel industry, which has already used the existing investor-state dispute system to sue countries that have interfered with their profit-making. A very recent example was a $2 billion claim against Indonesia by a United Kingdom-based oil company after its contract was canceled because it was not in compliance with Indonesian law. The TPPA is said to strengthen the right of corporations to sue governments, but I believe that the right to sue governments is already stronger than it should be. I've had some training in science. I'm a psychologist, and I've had a college-level course in climate science and climate change. And I've come to believe that during the next 10 to 20 years, climate change will become harmful enough that world governments will be passing laws and regulations to mitigate climate change. And this will inevitably cut deeply into the profits that the fossil fuel industry is currently making. If this industry is empowered by the TPP to successfully sue governments for these losses, this could slow down mankind's efforts to reduce climate change. And I believe that our grandchildren would pay a terrible price for this. If you'd like, when I'm finished, I'd be happy to explain a little bit more about why. The threat of lawsuits would also make it difficult for governments to make new policies, because it would be hard to anticipate which policy changes would provoke lawsuits, which ones would be successful. Another danger is that the TPP will be used to force states to lower their standards regarding environmental protection or workers' protections, or be sued for damages. I think the bottom line is that governments are designed ideally to balance the public welfare with the ability of business to operate successfully. But corporations are designed strictly to make profits. They're not designed to consider the public good, and consequently, I believe that corporations should not be empowered to control government through lawsuits. So the question I have for the federal negotiators is, will the TPP include investor-state provisions that allow individual corporations to challenge environmental policies as barriers to trade?